I'm going to be spending the next 5 days on the adventure of a lifetime, going by speedboat from Colombia to Panama. Come with me. So it's currently 6:40 a.m. and I'm in the town of Necoclí in northern Colombia, very close to the Darien Gap. And this morning I was starting my journey bright and early to get a boat to Capagana. Capagana is literally in the Darien Gap. There are no roads to get to it. It's a very remote town on the Caribbean coast here in Colombia, and that's where I'm going to meet my team for the next few days. And we're going to cross into Panama, and then we're going to take a speedboat up through the San Blas Islands, where they have indigenous tribes living there. The Panamanian government don't really interfere with them. They have their own rules, their own customs, a very strong tradition and culture. So I'm really excited to learn more about that and to explore it. It doesn't hurt that the San Blas Islands look like paradise on earth, so it's going to be exciting. Now, a lot of people sail from Cartagena up through the San Blas Islands and then go to Panama City from there. I've done 2 sailing trips like that in the last year. I'm very lucky to have done so. I did one in the Philippines and I did one in Indonesia. And although they're great fun, this one looks a little bit more hardcore. It's 5 days on the boat, I think, and 2 of those are completely at sea, rough sea. So I'm happy to take a speedboat, which will still be bumpy, but you spend, I think, a maximum of like 4 to 6 hours a day on the speedboat and more time on the islands, and you're always along by the coast, so you get to see what part of the Darien Gap looks like as well. So yeah, it was a bit of a crazy journey to get here. I said goodbye to my boyfriend Aidan at Bogota airport yesterday. He's going back home to Ireland to work. That was pretty tough after spending 2 months together, kind of living out of each other's pockets. So I spent the day there in Bogota airport because my flight was much later than his. Got a little nap in. I was exhausted, and then got a flight to Apartado, a taxi into the town, an hour-and-a-half long bus from Apartado to Necoclí. Guys, you can't book any of this online. It was just chaotic. I didn't know what was happening, and finally made it here last night at about 10:30. So I'm starting tired. I would have liked an extra day to recover. Also, this town looks quite nice, so it would have been nice to have a day to explore here, but that's just the way it goes. These trips are limited. They don't run every day, so make sure you book well in advance as well. But I'm really tired, but I'm very excited just to see what's about to come. Don't really know what to expect, to be honest. So I'm currently in Capagana, and we had our briefing, which is very nice. Got to know everyone in our group. We have a super small group for this trip. Usually they have up to 30. We have 8, so very small, and our group leader, I guess, is Danish, so very random. And yeah, we have a little bit of free time in the afternoon here in Capagana to get any last minute things we need to get, and then we're heading on a boat to Sapzoro. So we're about 5 minutes out and we have to change boats because of the motor. So we've arrived to Zapzuro, the border with Panama, and this town is so laid back and chill, guys. It's gorgeous. There's hikes you can do here to another beach, which is actually in Panama, but it's pretty late now and the weather isn't great, so I'm just going to go to the beach down there and have a little look, see this very like not often visited part of Colombia. I spent the rest of the day exploring the area, and my new friends and I watched the sunset from this panoramic view of Colombia's dense jungle. Good morning, everybody. We spent the night here at Hostel Doña Trini in Zapzuro, which was lovely, a little dorm room. It's hot, very hot here, would you believe, in the jungle. But yeah, it's bright and early now. We've had our breakfast, it's 7:15, and we're just putting all of our stuff into the black bags and getting ready to head. Finally, the trip is officially starting. Let's go. We're off! Woo! We're excited, aren't we? I find more Irish people. Yay. So we've arrived to Panama. Well, we still have to get stamped in. We just got our bags checked by the dogs here. They're very strict, obviously, here in the Darien Gap with drug trafficking, human trafficking and everything like that. So very thorough inspections here. So we're going to hang out here for a few hours until we're allowed to pass on into the San Blas Islands, and then later today we'll be visiting our first island. So we've just arrived here to Bugu Dub, which is the first of our San Blas adventure islands. Very excited to be here. That was fine. That was like maybe an hour and a half maximum. Now it is very cloudy today. It rained on us a little bit, so the sky is quite dark, but yeah, we're still in paradise, people. Look at this. Just there's nobody else here. It's amazing. This is where we're going to be spending our first night on this island. So we're having our welcome meeting here. Hopefully lunch, and then we're visiting 2 other islands that are very close by today as well, so that's what we know so far. Okay, we've got ourselves settled in. We just have a few minutes before lunch, and so we got to pick our beds. There's like hostel style bunk beds, single beds in a room, or there's also a few double beds, so for couples that's really good. I'm sharing with some Norwegian girls, but because there are only 8 of us, we actually have loads of space, which is amazing. I know we sleep in hammocks some night, but tonight we got a bed. Let's do a little tour. So this is our bathroom situation, very clean. We've got salt water to wash our hands, 2 toilets. Hola. Oh my god, toilet paper. I wasn't expecting that, which goes in the bin. Same here. And then I know we have showers as well, which I wasn't expecting either. They're over here. I'll show you the bedrooms and the showers next. So this is the hut situation. There's a few different rooms. This is my dorm here. Let's take a look. So this is my room. Got a few bunk beds, a few single beds. It's very nice. This is where I'm sleeping tonight. So we had a gorgeous traditional lunch there. We had a welcome coconut like this, super tropical, and tamales, which are always beautiful. And then we got to chop open the coconut. So I'm just eating a coconut now. Tropical life. And then in a few minutes we're going snorkeling, so that should be super exciting. Can't wait to see what kind of sea marine life we'll see out here. Well, the snorkeling was amazing. We saw some really cool fish and the coral. There was a major drop off as well, which was really cool, between the coral and I guess the open ocean. The water was so blue. It was raining the whole time. It's been very rainy, guys. Look at the sky. It is dark clouds. So it was raining once we came back as well. So we just sat, had some coffee, had some fruit, had a little chat, cleared up a bit. I did a little bit of reading down by the beach, went for a swim. It's a very chill day, and in a few minutes we're heading off to another island which has a local Kuna village, and I'm really excited to learn more about Kuna Yala, about the Kuna people. They seem great. We're having a good laugh, playing games and having a chat. They speak Spanish as their second language, which actually makes it easier for me to understand and to speak to them because they speak a little bit slower and clearer. But it's going well so far. Very, very relaxing, which is good because I was tired coming into this and I was hoping that it wouldn't be go, 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 and it's not. It's at island pace, island life. So I'm excited to see what the village is going to bring. So we're just back now after our tour of Caledonia, the community that we visited there across the water. We took these traditional kayaks. It was so funny. We did not expect to be taking these kayaks. They're like dug out of trees, massive trees, so they're quite heavy and they balance quite often, but luckily none of us fell out. We all made it to Caledonia, and then our Kuna guide took us through the town, and then our English speaking guide translated for us as well, and we learned a lot about the culture. It's fascinating. I've never really heard much about it before, but it's just so different. You know, they have these various festivals, especially for girls, like rites of passage in a girl's life but not a boy's life. They are married and buried in hammocks, so hammocks are a huge part of their culture. And then also their main source of income and their main trade is with coconuts, so not tourism. They don't allow too many people. They really do limit the number of people who come to these islands, so I'm so grateful to have the opportunity to come here. They every family owns a coconut farm on the mainland, so they sail out on those traditional kayaks at like 4 a.m. They walk to their coconut farm, harvest the coconuts, come back to the town. They go through like quality control there, and then they can sell them only in their own town. The community we were just in there have about 5 or 6 different leaders, but there's one kind of overarching leader but then they don't have any authority in any other community, so it's really interesting. And there's so many kids, such cute kids as well. They have a very high birth rate, so it was fascinating to see. The houses were amazing, and yeah, I just feel like it's very, very different to what we grow up with and what we see in the Western world, and we love to see it. We also got to witness this traditional Kuna dance, which was so fun. Another morning here in paradise, guys. This is day 2 of our San Blas adventure, and today we've got some fun things lined up. We're after breakfast now, we're packing up, ready to get back on the boat for an hour and a half. Then we're going to a dance lesson of traditional Kuna dance, so that should be super interesting. And then we're going to a deserted island with just a volleyball net. It sounds amazing. Gonna hang out there for the afternoon, and after that we're going to a third island to spend the night. So very excited to see how it's going to go. Hopefully the weather will pick up a little bit. So we've arrived to our first island for the day. Look at my hair, oh my god. The speedboat is not good for the hair, but the weather is gorgeous and this island is so pretty. There's very little here. There's just like a bar over here. You can buy some Kuna objects, and then this is it. Oh, look at the piglet. Oh my god. You're so cute. Oh. Something I didn't expect to see here. Oh, little baby! Hello! Hello! Okay, so next up on the agenda is a dance class, and we get to wear the traditional Kuna clothing, which is so gorgeous. It's so beautiful, and I'm really excited to learn more about this dance after seeing it yesterday. It's gorgeous.
Literally, right, okay, woo! Today's outfit.
Yeah, myself and Leona are sporting these. Hold up, hold up. We're looking fly, people. We got some patterns here. I really like this.
It is too.
Let's dance. Let's learn how to dance. We think it's pretty like Irish dancing, don't we, Leona?
Yeah, you just don't have to move your hips and keep pretty straight, and we're all good.
We're good at that as Irish people. Let's go.
A few moments later.
Guys, that dancing was so fun. Oh my god. Yeah, it's tricky, trickier than it looks. But I didn't record because there were a lot of kids involved, and yeah, it was just a fun little thing to do. But yeah, I showed yesterday's video anyway, and we were a very terrible version of that. But yeah, it was really fun. The guys get to play the pan flutes, the pan pipes, and the women play maracas. Go on. Got it. Perfect. Well done, so that's pretty cool. And then we had a beautiful lunch, my favourite so far. It was a traditional sort of coconut based soup with fish, so like a chowder. You squeeze some lime into it, you put some hot sauce in there with fried plantains and coconut rice. Divine. And we're chilling for another like hour and a half here, I think. And yeah, it's not exciting to watch people because it's just me chilling out on this and taking it easy, yeah, enjoying the beautiful beaches and scenes that Panama has to offer so far. After a morning of doing nothing, it's time for some well-deserved hammock time. If I can get it down first. This truly is the life. I've done nothing to deserve this life. Guys, welcome to 5 minutes down the road to a total paradise island. Check this out. This is it. We're just gonna hang out here for a few hours and learn more about the Kuna culture and history as well, which I'm super excited to learn about because it's so different. So now we're on our third island of the day. I can't remember the name in Kuna, but it basically in English translates as Dolphins Refuge or Dolphins Accommodation, and it's very cute. It kind of feels like we're on the mainland here because we're actually looking over at another Kuna island right there, but no, we're still Kuna Yala. And it's beautiful. We've got this room for all 8 of us with like a mixture of double and single beds, not bunk beds. It looks very comfortable. We have a shower with fresh water, not salt water, limited. They're storing it in this tank over here, so it is a limited amount, but I mean, I didn't expect any showering water, so that's amazing. A bathroom again. A simple day with a lot of resting, recharging, learning about the Kuna history and some great food as well. I'm afraid to give the full history of what we just learned there during our hour and a half talking to Ikwa, our guide, who's amazing about the culture and the people themselves. But basically he told us about the revolution, which is a major part and a major turning point in Kuna Yala history. So prior to 1903, Panama and Colombia used to be part of the same country. Panama was a departamento, a province of Colombia, and the whole country was called Gran Colombia, and then they split off, decided to do their own thing. Panama did, and at that point the Kuna Yala were living between Colombia and Panama. They had been making their way northward since the Spanish colonization, and so there's sort of a mix between the border of Colombia in the jungle and then Panama out on the islands like this one. So The Colombian government had let the Kuna Yala live by their laws, respect their traditions, speak their language, but all of that changed when Panama gained independence and became its own thing. And so the Panamanian government decided that they weren't happy with that and that they had to adhere to Panamanian law, speak Spanish, had to stop wearing their beautiful traditional clothes that we got to try on today. And the Kuna Yala said, no, we live by our own laws, this is what we do. And there was a lot of conflict over that, you know, people had very few rights, and eventually the Kuna Yala decided to have a revolution which took place 100 years ago this year, 1925, on the 25th of February. After that, the Kuna Yala were allowed to keep their own language, laws, customs, religion, way of life, until this day, which is fantastic. And we were also speaking about the environmental protections here, so they're very careful in only taking what they need from the earth. They're very naturalistic, very interested in traditional medicines, non-Western medicines, and their culture is just fascinating to learn about. So here you have to only fish for yourself, no commercial fishing, no surfing, no kite surfing, anything really that would destroy the coral reef. They're very protective of it, which is great to hear. I think we could all learn a little bit from the Kuna Yala.
And with that, it was time for another sunset and another delicious dinner.
Good morning, everybody. It's day 3 here on San Blas Islands, and we're just getting up to have breakfast, and then we're gonna get a boat for an hour and a half and head to another island for the whole day, where we're gonna go snorkeling, we're gonna chill on the beaches, and we're gonna sleep in hammocks tonight. And that's the only plan for the day. I love it. This is where we're heading next, guys. Insane. Isn't it?
Yeah.
Unbelievable. These islands keep getting better and better. So this incredible island is called Bugu Dub. Bugu means fish in Kuna, in the Kuna language, and Dub means island. So fish island, or big fish island, because if you look at it from above, it looks like a big fish. And it is the closest to paradise I've probably ever come. It's insane. The colours of the water are amazing. I can't wait to get in and do some snorkeling later on. But for now, let's have a walk around the island. So that's the beach over there. That's where people are chilling, doing a bit of sunbathing. It's really nice. And then you've got all these lovely palm trees here and fallen coconuts everywhere on the ground. Even if you find a fallen coconut on the ground and you want to eat it or drink the coconut water, you have to ask one of the kunas here to cut it open and pay. It's usually like $2 for it, and it's US dollars. Panama uses the US dollar as well, so bring your dollars. It's a form of currency for the Kuna people, so it makes sense that you can't just have a coconut that you find. All of the coconuts here belong to the Kuna people, so you have to pay for them, which is more than fair if you ask me. I've just walked to the other side of the island and there's this pristine beach, spotless. This side isn't as good for swimming, but still there's just nobody laying out here. Oh my god, it's gorgeous. Okay, this is our sleeping area tonight. We're sleeping in hammocks. Hi everybody, day 4 here on the San Blas Islands, and we're just getting ready to leave this paradise island that we've spent almost 24 hours on now. So the rest of yesterday was pretty fun, pretty laid back I guess. We just had dinner, played a few games, and then we had a bonfire which was so cute, and we got to have s'mores with that. So it was a beautiful last night to the trip. So we're so sad today because it's our last day. We've got one more island that we're going to be spending a bit of time on until lunch. We're going to play some volleyball, do some snorkeling, hopefully we'll see something, and chill out on our last paradise island before taking another hour-long boat to Karti, and from there we're getting jeeps I think to Panama City, which is about a 3 to 4 hour journey. Then hopefully a few of us will meet up for dinner tonight, and there might be something on in the city that we can go to, but I think we're all pretty tired. The sleep in the hammock was challenging to say the least. Now we've got an hour-long boat to our next island. Let's go. Oh my god, guys, we thought it couldn't get any better after yesterday. And I don't know if it's better, but it's equally as incredible. Look at the colour of this sand. It's properly white and the water is the clearest blue. This place is insane. I'm absolutely awestruck at how incredible these islands are. Like, this trip is expensive. Out of the 3 different boat trips that I've done, it's the most expensive. I think it's about $525, and then you also have to get yourself to Capagana, which is going to cost you more in Colombia, or if you're coming the other way from Panama to Colombia, you have to get somewhere after Capagana. But it is definitely worth it in terms of the culture, the activities, and the landscape, the scenery. Plus, doing it with only 8 in our group has been so nice because it's like a private tour. We've really gotten to know the Kuna staff and we've gotten to know each other really well. So this is a brilliant place for our last day here in San Blas or Kuna Yala. So we are going snorkeling in a few minutes. There's a reef just there. Hopefully we see some colourful corals, some fish, and then we're going to just relax on this beach for a couple of hours. Life doesn't get any better than that. After another stunning lunch here, guys, it's time to leave paradise behind and head to our final end stop of Karti, where we get on jeeps, and then we have a 3-hour drive to Panama City. Road to Panama City.
As soon as it had come around, my trip to the San Blas Islands had finished. Although I was sad to leave this magical place, I came away with memories that I would treasure forever. I honestly had the best few days. Great company with new friends, a chance to relax and recharge, and most importantly, always on my travels, a true opportunity to connect with locals and experience a new culture. Join me next time as I travel throughout the rest of Panama. See you in the next place.